This is day 13. I want to talk to the part of you that feels like your emotions just might destroy you. That part that feels like if you cry, you'll never stop. That part that fears that if you rage, you'll totally lose control. If you have felt overwhelmed, if you've been afraid of your own emotions, you're not crazy. You're not broken. You are having a completely normal react to betrayal. It's a trauma response. Before we dive deeper, if you haven't done the morning reflection, go ahead and do that and then meet me back here. Our saint today, Saint Dymphna. She's the patroness of emotional healing. Dymphna understood deep emotional suffering, and yet her life became a witness that even great pain can be carried with dignity and allowed to hurt. You're allowed to struggle. You're allowed to learn how to contain overwhelming emotions gently and without shame. Why do emotions feel so big after betrayal? Because betrayal isn't just sadness. It's fear. It's rage. It's grief. It's abandonment. It's identity-shattering pain. Your nervous system doesn't know which emotion is allowed. It just feels everything all at once. But here's the truth. You don't have to suppress your emotions. You don't have to be afraid of them, but you also don't have to be ruled by them. They're a way. It's called containment. Containment means feeling your emotions fully, but inside of a container that you can open and close. It means letting the wave rise, but knowing that you won't drown. Here are some simple tools for containment. You can set a timer for 20 minutes to journal, cry, pray, or be angry in a safe way, and then pause and breathe. The timer creates a time container. You can create a containment box. Write down intense thoughts and put them in a box, or write them down on your journal, then take a big black Sharpie and draw a box around them. It may sound simple or silly, but the visual reminder actually helps contain them. Give it a try, see what you think. You can also use physical movement like gentle walking, rocking to process big feelings. This is called bilateral movement. Anything that is left, right, just simple walking, it does something extra to calm our nervous system. And remember, you can go back and use those TIPS skills. Skill stands for temperature. We have what's called a mammalian dive reflex. And whenever we feel something cool, not too cold, right here, right under our eyes, it calms our nervous system down. It's something that mammals have in case we are submerged in water. It'll calm everything down, making our oxygen usage less and giving us more time to survive. The I is for intense exercise. Make sure that you are safe to get your heart rate up, but in most cases, people can do a short burst of intense workout. This is beneficial because we're working with our body to help it metabolize all of the adrenaline and cortisol and stress hormones. The first P is for paced breathing. We talked about how our breath is one of the most powerful tools we have to regulate our nervous system. Breathing is big bucks these days. You don't have to go far online to find someone who wants to sell you their breathing course or their breathing script, but I will break it down for you. It's kind of as simple as this. As long as you breathe out longer than you breathe in, and if you can, hold your tongue to the roof of your mouth. We don't really know why this works, but it does help for some people. Personally, I like the 6, 7, 8 breath, where you breathe in for 6 counts or 6 seconds, you hold it for 7, and you breathe out for 8. When I'm really in a panic, I'll do 8 sets of these. It takes about 2 minutes. and I usually feel a lot better. The second P is for progressive muscle relaxation. This may sound voodoo and new age, but I assure you it's not. I'll even leave a link to a script that I have created that takes you through focusing your attention from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes, scanning for areas of tension, and then intentionally releasing that tension. We're just calling to our mind all the different parts of our body and intentionally releasing stress and pressure. We're not clearing our minds. This is not spiritually dangerous to do. I'll leave you a link to that audio. And then the S is to use sensory experiences. Think through all of your senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing. Our senses are how we interface with the world, and we can use all of them to help calm our nervous system. In your workbook, you'll find some handouts and worksheets with lots of examples that I've created using all of your different senses. Now, if you haven't done this much before, then you may not know what works for you. And when you try something new, it might not work well the first time. So give it a few tries, come back to it, decide what you want to try, circle the ones you think you might like to try, and then give it a whirl. But make sure you do it a few times. You'll find the things that work for you, and then you can go back to them when you have overwhelming emotions. And of course, don't forget to pray. Jesus, hold what I cannot hold right now. So many of our beautiful Catholic prayers and rituals have a lot of these sensory and grounding regulation and containment tools built into them. Think about the kind of repetition that's in the rosary. The church is a wise mother. She knows how to calm her children spiritually, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. Cast all of your anxieties onto him. He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. You don't have to carry every emotion perfectly. You don't have to fix your feelings. You don't have to suppress them, but you also don't have to let them rule and overwhelm you. But just like any skill, these take practice. You're invited to cast your cares onto God. All of those wild, tangled, messy as they are, and trust them to the arms of God. He will never drop them. And then use some of the skills that he's given us to help calm your body. In your workbook today, you'll find a guide, building a personal containment plan for those really overwhelming moments. You'll have information about the tips, skills, and using your senses. I'll give you the transcript that I use for the progressive muscle relaxation, but I'll also include links to the audios. So if you need to, at 2 a.m, just click play. I'll be right there with you. There's also some journaling prompts. What helps me hold strong emotions without drowning? I'll help you look at some other times in your life where you've showed up and been resilient in ways that maybe you didn't think you could before you did. I've never met anyone who couldn't stop crying, and I've never met anyone who couldn't stop laughing. Our body has natural checks and balances that when it maxes out, it shuts down, which means you won't start crying and then not be able to stop. I invite you to ride the wave, to trust your nervous system that it knows what to do. But remember, if you do feel overwhelmed and you do feel unsafe, go back to those emergency resources. They're there for you if you need them. Let's close by writing down the top 3 things that you need to get done today. And then we'll make a plan for doing them. And then we'll write the 3 gratitudes from yesterday. Remember, be specific. It doesn't matter how small they are. You are learning how to show up for yourself in times of great distress. You're learning grit and resilience. It doesn't mean you don't have big emotions. It means you know how to surf with them. I'll see you tomorrow.